All right, Brent. Well, as 2 weeks ago when we had Mancini against Frias here on CBS Sports Saturday, we have the kind of a fight that boxing people are really looking forward to. They all like to see the great Alexis Arguello perform, one of the all-time great champions and certainly one of the most popular still active today. He'll be defending his lightweight crown for the 4th time against a dangerous puncher from Honolulu, Hawaii, Andy Ganigan, 30 knockouts in his 34 victories. We are in the dressing room of the champion, Alexis Arguello. He is a prohibitive favorite here today. Most people, Alexis, expect that the hard-punching Ganigan will come right at you in the first round. What do you expect, and how do you plan to combat that?
Well, as soon as the bell ring, we'll see what's going to be, what we have to do. My trainer and I will decide in the ring what kind of strategy we're going to use.
One thing for sure, I guess counter-punching is something you've got to be sharp for, because if you can back him up, then obviously you're going to be able to see his punches a little better.
Well, I think I have enough condition to go 15 rounds if it's necessary. I work really hard for this fight because I think Ganigan is really a good fighter.
All right, there is the champion, Alexis Arguello, preparing to meet Andy Ganigan, and our Gil Clancy is in the dressing room of the challenger right now.
Thank you, Tim. Andy, you look very, very confident. This is the big one for you. You probably have the reputation as the best puncher in the lightweight division. Arguello has a reputation as a slow starter. That might tell us something, but how are you going to fight this guy?
Well, I just got to be patient and listen to my corner and work from them. Use their mind. I want to say aloha to the boys in Hawaii.
No fireworks, no big fireworks in that first round?
You never know what could happen.
I thank you very much, Andy, and good luck. And now back to Tim.
All right, Gil. Well, of course, 2 weeks ago, Art Frias planned to box Ray Mancini, and they came out. It was all-out war for 3 minutes. So you just don't know until they actually are in there for round number 1. And we'll be back for the action here at the Theater of the Performing Arts, the Aladdin Hotel, live from Las Vegas, a little later on CBS Sports Saturday. Right now, we return you to Brent Musburger in New York.
And, Tim, in addition to your championship fight, we're going to examine the question of who's in charge of professional sports. Now, our reports center around the problems and who makes the major... Pound for pound, he may be the classiest boxer in the world. WBC lightweight champion Alexis Arguello. And let's find out how he's going to make out against Andy Ganigan. We go live to Las Vegas and Tim Ryan.
All right, Brent, here at the Aladdin Hotel with Gil Clancy. We're awaiting the start of this championship bout, the 4th title defense for Alexis Arguello. And, Gil, we heard both the fighters say that they were really going to come out and wait and see what the other guy does. What do you think is going to happen?
I think that would be a big mistake for Ganigan. He can't try to outbox a good boxer like Arguello. He has to let those bombs go and hope that one of the big ones land.
On the other hand, you've got the champion Arguello, who is the kind of a guy who normally would like to come out there and be patient and wait on the other man. Do you think he'll do that? What if he gets tagged early?
Well, he's usually a slow starter, but I think he can get his motor in high gear in a hurry if he has to.
Well, we know that Andy Ganigan is the kind of guy who's had a lot of success early on in his fights, and so you must expect that he is going to come out there and be throwing them from all sides. He is a southpaw, but as you see when the fight begins, he can throw from both sides, and here's how he got here. The hard-punching Hawaiian was a replacement for Howard Davis in this fight last October against Sean O'Grady in Little Rock here on CBS, and Ganigan scored a stunning second-round knockout of the ex-champion O'Grady. It launched him into a title shot against Alexis Arguello. And while he respects the champion Arguello, he shows no fear.
I don't think, of knocking out my opponent. I think I'm winning the fight. I'm trying to be a boxer too now, so I'm going to fight, I'm going to box him.
A lot of people have been selling us short, saying that, we can't win if the fight goes past 5. But I think that's wrong, because you look at Andy's record. He's won every decision that he's fought, except one fight, the Gato Gonzalez fight. And that's the only decision he's lost. And in that fight, he got hit low constantly, and I thought we got robbed on that. So if it goes 15, I think we'll be champion.
Well, here comes Andy Ganigan, the challenger from Honolulu, Hawaii. He is currently ranked #1 in the world by the WBC, #2 by the WBA. And, of course, that you heard reference to that controversial loss at the hands of Gato Gonzalez. You may remember that Gonzalez was ranked #1 at the time of that fight. That fight was here on CBS. Ganigan had him on the floor a couple of times. It was a real war, and there was some dispute at the finish as to who came out on top. As I recall on our score sheets, we did have Gonzalez ahead by a narrow margin, but nonetheless, it was certainly an impressive performance by Ganigan, and it got him that opportunity as a replacement for Howard Davis against Sean O'Grady, and all of a sudden, here he is fighting for the title. And of course, he respects the man he's in there against, Alexis Arguello. Already established as one of the great champions of all time, Alexis Arguello has brought another distinction to his sport: class and sportsmanship. Here you see him congratulating the beaten Jim Watt after he won the lightweight crown a year ago. In his last defense against James Buscemi in Beaumont, Texas, in front of Buscemi's hometown crowd, the champion showed his boxing skills and sportsmanship once more. Given the opportunity, the champion Arguello was quick to articulate his feelings about the sport of boxing and his professionalism.
I've been doing this the last 14 years in boxing. It's really an honor to be a boxer. I belong in a class that a good class. I'm always gonna be thankful to God, to destiny, to give me the chance to be somebody in the boxing business. If I'm born again, I will take the same business again. I will take the same profession.
Well, among the many fight people in attendance, the former WBC super featherweight champion, Cornelius Boza Edwards, and his lovely wife on his left. And the current champion, the man who stopped him in 5 rounds, Orlando Navarrete, is also here. And, of course, he'll be seen on CBS next week defending against Bazooka Limon. Here is Alexis Arguello, the WBC lightweight champion, making his 4th defense at this weight. He has successfully won championship fights 18 straight times. 16 of those victories were by the knockout route. And there he meets his challenger, Andy Ganigan, in the middle of the ring. And as usual, a great response by the audience here for Alexis Arguello. He has the respect and admiration of boxing fans all over the world. We'll be back at the Aladdin for this championship fight after this word from your local station. Andy Ganigan from Waipahu, Hawaii. 29 years of age. He has won 34, lost 3, and has 30 knockouts along the way. Challenging against Alexis Arguello, who is a prohibitive favorite here in Las Vegas. There is the champion, 74 and 4, 61 knockouts. And now let's go up to the ring announcer, Chuck Hull.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the afternoon. 15 rounds of boxing for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing the contestants. In the blue corner, the challenger, fighting out of Honolulu, Hawaii, weighing 135 pounds. Here is Andy Ganigan. And in the red corner, the WBC lightweight champion of the world, formerly of Nicaragua, now fighting out of Kings Bay, Florida. He weighs 134 3/4 pounds. Here is the ever popular Alexis Arguello. 15 rounds of boxing. There are 3 bouts to follow.
All right, the ring introductions by Chuck Hull. The referee is Carlos Padilla. And the judges who will do the scoring on the 10-point must system, Jose Mayorga from Los Angeles, Abraham Pacheco from Honolulu, and Hal Miller from Las Vegas. There is the tail of the tape. Arguello weighing in 1/4 pound under. Andy Ganigan on a second try made it at 135. The weigh-in was last evening at 7 p.m. Vegas time. He was 1 pound over. He was given 2 hours to make it, had no problem, and I would guess, Gil Clancy, that he's probably over 140 now.
Well, I'd say he has a good weight advantage on Alexis Arguello, and he's probably 3 or 4 pounds heavier. Tim, this first round is going to be a key round in this fight.
Well, in the opening seconds, they are doing what they said they were doing. Nobody coming wailing out there. We thought Ganigan might, but he likes to consider himself a boxer, and with due cause, he does know how to box. It's just that normally his success has come by going out there and letting it go from both sides. With that familiar tattoo of the lion on his back, Andy Ganigan, the pride of Hawaii. Alexis Arguello, the champion in red. Round 1, scheduled for 15. This fight originally scheduled for April 3rd. The champion suffering a virus infection that postponed it. The first postponement by Alexis Arguello in his 78 professional fights. Ganigan digging a right to the body, the first real good scoring blow. Missed with a left hook. Southpaw always brought into consideration. They say that Arguello sometimes has trouble with him, but all he does is beat them all, Gil.
That's right. I'd like to have trouble like that every day in a week.
Indeed, his last opponent, Bubba Buscemi, was also a southpaw in his third title defense down in Beaumont, Texas. Another right to the body by Ganigan. And the champion digs back with a combination of the body.
Fighting a southpaw is mind over matter, Tim. You have to make the southpaw move the way you want him to move. Alexis should be moving to his left, which he's successfully doing right at this moment.
Arguello, trained by Eddie Futch, who's also working with heavyweight champion Larry Holmes across the street here in Las Vegas. Albert Silva is the trainer of Andy Ganigan. Arguello blocking that straight left hand from Ganigan and then punishing him with a left hook to the head. Under a minute to go in round number 1. Ganigan has shown himself to be fearless against everybody, and he seemed very relaxed and very poised coming into this title fight against a boxer many consider a living legend.
Well, he's much shorter than Arguello, and he has been reaching in a little bit. If he gets nailed coming in...
Oh, good left hook. Arguello down to the canvas. A solid left hook. Just as Gil Clancy said he might be reaching in, he stepped in and landed that left hook and sent the champion to the canvas. That has the crowd on its feet. Ganigan trying to bore in, lands a right hand to the ear. Arguello, a straight right hand to the forehead, and then a good left to the body of Ganigan.
Well, there's the feel-out round, Tim. Some feel-out round.
It lasted about a minute and a half, the feel-out portion of this first round. Ganigan cannot get through the defense. We're in the final seconds of round 1. And Arguello with a slight smile at Ganigan coming back to his corner. Arguello appears to be very clear-eyed and in very good possession of his senses, but it was a solid left shot that drops him to the canvas. There is the champion, Arguello, stunned in this first round by that dangerous left hand of Andy Ganigan.
But Tim, we knew that Ganigan was dangerous. He can punch and he can knock anybody out if he hits them right. You know, Arguello is a great fighter, Tim, but one punch can make a great fighter just a good fighter.
That's right. We're going to see that one punch again. Here's a replay. You see him boring in. There's the solid left hook that sent him to the canvas. And Arguello, we'll see it one more time. Right there. No, that's not it.
Here it comes.
Right to the body.
It's a straight left hand right to the chin, and down goes Arguello, Tim.
All right, so the knockdown scored by Andy Ganigan in the first round here, and we are waiting round number 2. There's the bell. The champion in red. Solid right hand by Arguello lands. And that just brings Ganigan right back. And a good solid right hand by the challenger. Ganigan scores.
Tim, when Ganigan comes in, though, he leaves himself wide open. Sticks that chin up in the air, throws the punches, and he's dangerous, but he leaves himself wide open.
That's been the pattern, and we saw Gonzalez knock him down in that 10-round decision scored by Gonzalez, but Ganigan loves the combat.
Tim, he got hit with a good left hook by Arguello when he smiled at him and says, yes, good punch. Talk about a confident fighter.
Basically kind of a shy, reticent young man outside of the ring. Very personable and friendly, but kind of a shy guy. But when he gets in here, this is his arena, and he loves it. Again, the champion scoring and Ganigan smiling. Whether that will discourage Alexis is highly unlikely because he just had too much experience to be put off by that kind of an attitude. Round number 2 scheduled for 15. If you just joined us, Ganigan, the challenger in gold, had the champion Arguello on the floor in round 1. Solid left-hand shot. Left to the body by Ganigan. Been a long time since Arguello's been on the floor against Jose Luis Ramirez.
Another southpaw, Tim, had him on the deck.
about 10 fights ago. Both fighters are boxing here in round number 2. Ganigan lands another good left hand with Arguello, the champion, against the ropes. Arguello able to block most of the other blows in the exchange.
Ganigan just flicks that right jab out, Tim. It's really not even a punch. He tries to slide in behind it, and then he throws those heavy combinations.
Under a minute to go, round 2. 30-year-old Alexis Arguello, 29-year-old Andy Ganigan. 78 fights for the champion, 37 for Ganigan. They are experienced men in there. Ganigan was undefeated as an amateur in Hawaii. Golden Gloves champion of that state. Lost to Bubba Buscemi in the National Golden Gloves Championships back in '72. Arguello, of course, started boxing at 14 in Nicaragua, turned professional in 1968.
Arguello is being very, very patient, and Ganigan is getting impatient.
Right or head.
That knockdown has got to give Ganigan quite a lift in confidence, although he appeared to have plenty coming in. Final seconds of round 2. Round number 3, the WBC Lightweight Championship bout. The champion Arguello on the left of your screen, Andy Ganigan from Honolulu, Hawaii, takes a straight right hand from the champion and comes right back, scoring the left of his own. Arguello blocks the next 2 punches.
Tim, Eddie, good right hand by Arguello.
He backed up Ganigan with that shot. First time he has in the fight.
Tim, this is a war. Eddie Futch in Arguello's corner said, try to use that right hand underneath and left hook behind it. Let's see if Alex does it. That's the combination he was working on all week in the gym.
Arguello backs up Ganigan again with a straight right hand. Carlos Padilla is the referee. Scoring done by 3 judges at ringside. Solid right hand to the chest of Ganigan.
That right jab of Ganigan's is just a teaser. It means absolutely nothing. Just flicks it out there. Tries to get divert Alexis Arguello's attention.
Arguello just missed. Just grazed the chin with a big right hand. Ganigan picked it up well. Oh, he knocks him down with a solid right hand. Solid right hand sends Ganigan to the canvas. He got up immediately, indicating he's all right, but it was a solid shot by Arguello.
Arguello caught him reaching, Tim. Caught him reaching.
Round number 3. Now each fighter has been down. Ganigan pouring in, but Arguello blocking well. Well, it's been everything we expected.
The height advantage is really helping Arguello because Ganigan has to reach in for his punches, and when he does, he leaves himself wide open. There, he just got nailed with a good left hook.
Solid exchange by both fighters, and Arguello lands another right hand. Good right hand knocks Ganigan into the ropes. In the Arguello corner, now Arguello trying to finish. Scoring to the chest. He's got Ganigan tied up in the corner. Misses with a right hand. Ganigan refusing to hold on, goes toe-to-toe with him.
He nailed Arguello with a tremendous right hook.
He backed him up. He backed him up and worked his way to the middle of the ring. What a show by Ganigan. What a battle, Ganigan and Arguello. And
He hurt Arguello.
He wobbled him. Ganigan staggered Arguello. Arguello hanging in there now. 30 seconds left in round 3. Less than that, pardon me. We're coming down to final seconds in the 3rd round. Good solid left by Arguello. And a right hand staggers Ganigan at the bell. The crowd here at the Aladdin Hotel on their feet. A tremendous 3rd round. With Arguello sending Ganigan to the canvas. And then Ganigan getting Arguello in trouble. Back and forth they went, but Gil, that series in the corner where it looked like Arguello might have an opportunity to stop Ganigan. Ganigan refused to hold on. Instead, he kept throwing punches, wound up knocking Arguello back and finishing the round strongest.
Tim, he stayed nice and cool like a real pro. He slipped a couple of Arguello's punches.
All right, let's let's see this knockdown punch from Arguello. Solid right hand to the chin. Is that the one that sends him down? Well, we're not sure what part of the round this is from. Big right hand by Arguello scored. All right, we didn't see the knockdown. We're back live here, round 4. Andy Ganigan comes boring right in, but Arguello blocking those successfully with his forearm and gloves. Lands a right uppercut. Ganigan just pulling away, reducing the complete force.
Ganigan was hurt at the end of the last round, Tim. I don't know whether he's completely recovered or not.
Well, Arguello had been staggered by Ganigan with about 15 seconds left. Now they bang together, and Padilla warning Ganigan, I believe, for hitting on the break. Round 4, scheduled for 15. Arguello getting all he can handle from #1 rated Andy Ganigan of Honolulu, Hawaii. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy ringside, live from Las Vegas on CBS Sports Saturday. Alexis Arguello having won 18 consecutive title bouts. Having his problems early against the hard-punching Andy Ganigan.
Tim, very little circling. They're both in a straight line. That's why the punches are so devastating.
Arguello missed with a big right hand.
And paid for it, Tim.
Ganigan trying a right down below and the left over the top. Arguello backed him up, but it's still not a full force shot as Ganigan was able to pull away from it.
Arguello is keeping him at the proper distance, Tim. He's got him out there where he has to reach, and he can still reach Ganigan. Ganigan can't reach him without taking a big chance.
72-inch reach for the champion, scores a right hand.
Beautiful combination, Tim. Left hook under, right hand on the chin.
Ganigan trying to work his way in, failed to do so. Under a minute to go. Round number 4. Good left hand by the champion, then a right to the body. Arguello scores another combination, and Ganigan looks a little bit wobbly.
Every time he looks wobbly, he comes back, Tim.
He is a battler. Takes another right hand, but again, he was backing up.
Arguello is so much the cooler of the two. Andy's winging, and Alexis has those hands up. Good concentration.
Well, technically, perhaps the best boxer in the game today. And again, he lands a big right hand and another one. Ganigan battles right back. Scored the right hand, missed the left. The art of Arguello against the Hawaiian punch of Andy Ganigan.
There was
Good
that right hand underneath.
Wow, that hurt. Final seconds now of round number 4. Blood from the nose of Andy Ganigan. Tim Ryan and Gil Clancy live from the Aladdin Hotel in Las Vegas. The challenger Andy Ganigan bleeding from the nose at the end of round 4. We are into round 5 with the champion in red on the left of your screen.
Tim in Ganigan's corner, they told him don't wait, and Arguello's corner told him to go after him. So we should see the big bombs again this round.
Right hand by Arguello just grazed the face of Ganigan. He scores a solid left jab. And another.
Tim, that jab almost put Ganigan down. That's the strength of Arguello.
Again, blood from the nose and some redness under the right eye of Ganigan. Ganigan scores a combination to the face of the champion, who is pulling away. Got a piece of him with the right hand.
See, the difference, Tim, is that Ganigan has to reach, and Arguello can keep his balance and still get his punches off. That's the big difference in this fight.
Solid right hand by Arguello, landing on the forehead of Ganigan. That left by Ganigan got through. Arguello trying to back him up with the jab. When he does so, he's been successful when he has been jabbing more.
Andy's starting to look a little desperate, Tim. He's having a tough time in there right at this moment. He has to land another big punch to really get back into this fight.
More blood coming from the nose of the challenger Ganigan in gold. kind of a fighter you can expect will have to be carried off on his shield. However, he is a game young man, and he had the champion down in round 1. He knows it can happen again with one of those dangerous punches. Calm, cool, collected Alexis Arguello trying to assume control here in this 5th round. Under a minute to go.
There was an example. Ganigan had to reach in, got nailed.
And a good right hand followed it from Arguello. Trying to press the advantage now here. Under 30 seconds to go in round 5. Ganigan appearing a little tired now.
Little rocky too, Tim.
Right hand scored from the champion. Knocks him back with a jab. And a good solid left jab lands. And another. Arguello almost inexorably taking control as we come into the final seconds of round 5. The champion knocks him down at the bell.
He has to get up, Tim. If he doesn't get up, the fight's over.
The floor
He'll be saved by the bell.
And he is not going to make it. He cannot get up. It is over. A 5th round knockout at the bell by the champion Alexis Arguello. And Ganigan still in some pain. Right in his corner, a combination in the final seconds by Arguello, dropping Ganigan and a solid right hand, finishing him off. So this most distinguished of champions, getting off the floor from a knockdown in round 1, just slowly assuming control and battering Ganigan about the ring, and Ganigan still needing some attention from his handlers, and the ring commission Dr. Donald Romeo, who is in the ring on the right of your screen, attending to Andy Ganigan. A huge right hand appeared to be the one that really hurt him, and Alexis Arguello winning his 19th consecutive championship bout. He had all he could handle early from the #1 challenger in the world, Andy Ganigan, but once more showing his resilience, his ability as a boxer, and his enormous punching power.
Let him breathe, you guys, let him breathe.
Ganigan is still on the canvas. There are a lot of bodies between us and him, and so we are trying to get a better view of him, but apparently is all right. And so we'll be returning here to Las Vegas, Nevada to talk to the champion in just a moment.
We are going right back to Tim Ryan and the champion Alexis Arguello. I would like to say that boxing needed this. We've had the Holmes fight called off for one reason, the Hagler fight for another, and of course Sugar Ray couldn't make it. And finally we got a championship bout with some action. And next week we hope to have a championship fight as good as the one you just saw today on CBS Sports Saturday. Rolando Navarrete will defend his WBC super featherweight crown against Bazooka Limon. We will bring you that fight live from Reno. And still ahead of us today, after Tim talks to Alexis, we're going to take you to the lavish surroundings at Jerry Cooney's camp in Palm Springs. He is now getting ready to challenge the champion, Larry Holmes. And also this afternoon ahead of us, we're going to pick up with our theme of who is in charge here. Now, this time, the questions and answers come from the powers that be in tennis, where things are very mixed up like a bowl of alphabet soup. And in a year of very bad breaks, for the top 3-year-old thoroughbreds, we are going to look at a man who is putting them back together. The remarkable story of the horse Frosty Shoes. Tim?
All right, Brad, we're here in the ring with the champion Alexis Arguello, another exciting title defense, and a little more exciting perhaps than you really expected. You didn't plan on going down before defending your title successfully. What happened there in the first round?
Well, I think everybody saw the right hand for Ganigan. I tell you from the beginning, I expect that kind of fight. I expect going a little further, but I hit Ganigan with a good shot in the early round. They slowed him down his condition.
Okay, we're going to show how you finished him off in round number 5. It was right near the end of the round. It looked like he was somewhat tired. As you said, you had already slowed him down, and you landed a big combination, and then I think a big right hand will send him to the canvas.
Yes, before that right hand, and I hit him with two good left-handed to the body, and then the right-hander, that one was a good one.
Yeah, good solid left hook and a right to the body.
Then I tried again because I knew it was hurt. The last right hand was in case if he's hurt, I hit him good. Yeah.
Well, here's one more look at it.
That was a punch that really hurt Ganigan.
Solid right hand to the body. Gil Clancy talked about the reach advantage that you had. Your height and reach were a factor against him. He had to be reaching in because he punches wide. You knew how to combat that and use your reach.
Well, and the earlier 2 rounds, he gave me a lot of trouble because he's a really weird, difficult style. You know, I always say that each fighter, we have our own style. And Ganigan is one of those guys that have their own style. He's really weird, but in the first round, I knew it how they gonna kind of punch me, and the 3rd round I really knew it what's going on. I was getting in touch with Eddie Forge. He told me what to do, and I pay really good attention to him.
Well, as usual, you did the usual fine job. Let's go back into round 1, and maybe you want to see exactly what happened there. We're going to show the knockdown by Ganigan. There it is.
That's the right hand. It was really good.
And a right to the body, and then a straight left hand.
That was the best one. See?
Now, when you went down, you know, what goes through your mind when that happens? Do you think, uh-oh, I'm in trouble? What were you thinking?
The first time I went to the canvas, I mean, a long time ago, I didn't know when I was hit, and I knew it when I was on the floor. But now, until I received the punch at my chin, I knew it was a really good punch, and was my condition make me strong enough to support the
Conditioning is everything. Absolutely. Yes. Well, here's the man who found out about the conditioning because he scored that big punch. Andy Ganigan, glad to see you up and feeling all right. Can you turn around a little bit to this camera right here? Andy, when you knocked him down in round 1, what were you thinking? Did you think you had a chance to take him out?
I thought I had a chance to finish him off, but I was wrong. He's a great champion, and he knows how to handle himself really good.
Did you have trouble getting him? Did his height and reach, was that a problem for you getting close to him?
Well, that was one of the reasons why, because his height and reach. He's a great champion. I can congratulate him.
Thank you.
All right, Andy Ganigan, one of the nice guys in this lightweight division, and put on a great battle here, and I know your fans in Hawaii are proud of your effort against Alexis Arguello.
I shall return.
I shall return. All right, Andy Ganigan, the challenger, and the winner again today is 19th consecutive championship victory, Alexis Arguello. Where do you go from here? I think you're talking about moving up in weight. What would you like to do next?
100%. I just want to tell you one thing, team. I want you to be the first person to know that I talked to my manager tonight. I'm gonna be moving to junior welterweight because I really feel that I can give 100% in my natural weight. And I think from now on, we're going to fight in junior welterweight.
140 pounds. If you won that championship, you would be the only man ever to win titles in 4 different weight divisions. You want that, don't you?
Well, I really going to try. I'm going to do the best I can, and I promise. I hope that the 4th title shot could be in CBS because I really wanted to thank all the people who work for CBS. They've been really nice with me. Mort, yourself, Gil Clancy, I really appreciate the way you treat me and the way you treat my people.
Alexis, we admire you as a boxer and as a man, and it's a pleasure to have you with us anytime. And if the price is right, we hope it's on CBS too. All right, we'll be back with more of CBS Sports Saturday. Now let's go to Brent Musburger after this.